You're going to hit your strainer, and this is the meter. You have a bypass for that in case you need it. This is your only PRV station that has 3. It's the only one, and they're set up 60, 67.5, and 75 PSI. Okay. That's what they're set up for. Then they hit your backflow, and that's where your low pressure side starts, and you have a high pressure side for your cold water to make it to the top of all the residence rooms. So, discharge side over there, that's your high pressure side going down. It goes down above the kitchen, and then it feeds out to the building. And then you have your low pressure leg here that feeds up here and downstairs. You got 2 different pressures for hot and cold. I mean, seriously, it's relatively simple up here.
Yeah. Unlike electronics.
So when he says, when Scott says PRV, he's referring to these 3 devices here. This is a pressure regulating valve. Yep. That's what PRV means. And what it's doing is reducing your incoming water pressure to a pressure lower than what is. And we don't blow pipes off the wall.
Those same things that when we were at the apartment complex that we put on the outside to regulate the pressure that going in the building.
Each of you guys want to come step back here and see this meter. You guys are going to end up doing daily meter readings. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting that number right there. And you're just going to be writing down that number every day. We come and do a meter reading to know how much water we're using. And if what we're looking for is a consistent, typically you're going to use a consistent amount of water day to day. But if you come in, it's like, today it's 4,200, and tomorrow we come in and it's 20,000. Something's fucking wrong.
We got a leak, and it ain't a dripping faucet.
Luckily here, you're gonna know it.
Right.
Because everything is above.
Right.
Above ground. So if you have a leak here, you're gonna know it. You don't have cooling towers. Right. You know, unless somebody left a drain on or a faucet running, you're gonna know you have a leak because it's gonna flood. Right. You're gonna know before it's an issue. Right. But in other properties where you have cooling towers, or if your water mains or your landscaping is tied into that, because landscaping comes off other meters outside, correct?
I think they,
yeah.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
You do have a full-size bypass for your PRVs as well. If anything crazy ever happens, you know, it's that one. It's your big blue butterfly right there.
Yeah.
But
so
you run through both of backflows at all times.
Every 2 weeks, you need to exercise your bypass valves. So that's going to be. Yeah, let me show you guys back here. And the reason you want to exercise these is anywhere you have potential for standing water is a dead leg.
Right.
So this water is just going to sit here stagnant right here and right here. Water is going to sit here stagnant right in this area here. So like once every couple of weeks, you're going to want to just crack this, let a little water flow, take it back. Same thing with this one. And it's good to exercise these valves because they're butterflies, and if you don't exercise them,
they get stuck.
5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road,
they ain't gonna be able to move.
Yeah, and they're not gonna work, and you're just replacing them. So it's really good about every couple of weeks. Just put it when you're coming in doing your meter reading. You know, pick your day. You know, second Monday of the month. Oh, I exercise valves in this space. And then you do, you know, when you're doing your checks, your building checks and your rounds, you know, checking temperatures for hot water.
All right, so this is your main riser feeding upstairs. Right here, you're going to have a high pressure cold, high pressure 120, a high pressure 120 return, a low pressure 120 feed and return, and then a 140 low pressure feed and return, as well as hydronics valves. But that's for everything going up to main house and level 1. You want to go to, we can go to main house and then walk over to residence.
Yeah, I got.
What's up, man?
So let's get it.
You got valves right there for the 120 feet in the restrooms above us and the mop sink.
In housekeeping.
That's right beside the elevator.
Okay.
Of course, you got valves right there for all your cold and domestic in here. Cold and hot domestic in here. The 140 loop, the valve, you should have valves right outside the wall here, but there are also two other valves for your 140. Right here. That's the 140 that goes up and feeds the pub kitchen. And then when it comes back, when it comes back, it actually goes over and feeds your bar.
Okay.
So you got that. So your kitchen shut off for your water is right here. Your restroom shut off for your restrooms outside of there is right here.
Kitchen and restroom shut offs are in the housekeeping.
This is for your pub kitchen.
Pub kitchen.
Your bigger kitchens, that the set of valves we showed you over.
In the hallway.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it, sir.
There's a lot, yeah. And also, if you cut these, that means you also kill the 140 going to your bar. The way that it's set up.
Yeah.
So pub and bar.
Yes.
Okay.
For the 140.
Okay. Yeah.
For the 140, for the hot water. Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
On the back hallway where you got a bunch of your kitchen equipment inside the pub itself, put in that drop seal and there are isolation valves right there. Yeah. If there's any valves up there, it's going to be in the drop seal.
Okay.
And
It's in the kitchen. All right, so I'm gonna put a 90 there.
I'm gonna let it go. It don't matter. It's back there.
All right, so 90 there.
That, your domestic hot water supply right there, your big one, that's your 120 high pressure feeding residence.
Okay.
And your return for that is the one on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So that pipe goes up and
Very
over
complicated
to the
domestic
wall.
system.
And there's no shut off valve to the bathroom up there, right?
No. See where it's on your 120 for the bathroom.
So we're in the pub.
Yeah.
Hallway. Yeah, we're walking here. Door here.
Yeah,
Shut off valves for the kitchen.
the motor, the VFD.
Is with your circuit setter. That's the high pressure side of your loop for this. Of course, we dumb it down, send it out, and that is where your return comes back, is right here. All your circuit setters and everything for that return are going to be up here in the penthouse, where the water heater and the pump are. Up here, relatively simple. You got your strainers, which all blow down.
Yep.
However so often.
Okay. So now, does every room, looks like it's going into a room. And isolation valves per riser. How is that set up?
In each room, each double back to back, you're going to have a small access door in one, that's for a fire smoke damper. The other side should have about 18 by 18, maybe 18 by 24 access door.
Damn.
And that's where all your isolation valves for the risers will be.
Okay. And is it only on the floor, or is it each room, each individual room?
No, you'll have risers.
Just
You'll
risers?
have risers.
So
yes.
risers are on 5
Correct.
and the stack and 4 on the residence?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So let's go into a room and show.
We don't have the key. You just walked off the key again.
Up here, you might find one probably, maybe. 38 stack, there's a set of valves right here. And then you have a 34 and a 36 stack. But
Fifth
that
floor.
valve will be out here in the hallway. Not the first one right there, the second access door. This first one right here, the bathroom inside this room is fed off of the valves right here. Because it's the only bathroom that's set up like this. So that's where your valves are for this one.
Okay.
And that one serves, like I said, your 34 and your 36 stack down below is your valves right there in that access door.
Okay.
But the only ones that are a little
Yeah,
different.
because this floor is not as
Yeah,
long.
right. You got that wall back
It's
there.
got the terraces on
Yeah.
either side. Yep.
All right.
Does I understand that?
Same setup as downstairs. Just looks completely different, but it's the same return. And then you have you'll have your bypass for your actual loop, and this is your water heater here. Got a water cop on this one, so if anything ever happens with that, that sensor will cut this valve and won't let any water feed back into the water heater.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the same as downstairs. You should never have to mess with any of these right here. If you need to do any shutting down, you've got valves here, here, there. I mean, you can valve it off every which way.
So
Okay.
before you, shut this down, you want to kill power to that.
Kill the
You want to
pump.
make sure, don't kill this first and then, you don't want to power. Correct.
Yeah, it's got its own internal thermostat, but yes, just in case.
This is a safety. make sure you're.
And this feeds what now?
This is the low pressure side for main house, for
Okay.
hot water.
Okay.
This is the low pressure side of the PRV.
Okay.
So all the stuff, you know, the two downstairs, that was all high pressure.
Right.
And once you actually go to the room, we dumb it down so that way they're not getting whatever the high pressure is.
Okay.
That's the low pressure side of the loop, and I showed you all where it tied back.
What
in.
pressure is low pressure set at?
It's right around 50.
Okay.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
But at 50.
And high pressure is 120.
So 77 downstairs in the bottom, that's about the best we could get up top here.
That's why you got the little pressure tank over there. Add a little pressure to it.
This is the only one that's set up like this, and I have no clue why. But this is the way the engineer drew it, so that's the way we put it in.
I figure
Because your other one.
little extra pressure. Maybe
Well, the other one,
you're getting 70 down
they
there.
have the expansion tank off the hot water heaters. So,
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
the
you're
same
getting
thing we
other.
had.
I probably
Same thing we
only
had at
reason
Lark.
I can think you'd have it here is because you're so far.
You said penthouse.
And this is the top end of the
Yeah, just in
Are
case.
there any
Usually penthouses are this.
None. How about on
Usually
the
this is a
mechanical side?
penthouse. That's what they call
Mechanical,
it.
you've got plenty of bleeders. You've got high points in a lot of places. Just about every single riser has a high point.
Okay.
I can't remember how many high points are up here, but I know there's a couple of bypasses up here that we use to flush.
I let a shit ton of air this morning out of this side of the building. Yeah. When I was, because when I go into punch rooms, I just turn the hot and just let the water run.
Mhm.
And the whole time I'm in the room, like 10 minutes, and I was getting a lot of air. Like 50 stack, 57 stack. So the whole length, right?
No, so main residence is all fed by itself.
Yeah. It's all on 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in main house, as soon as you cross that vestibule over there, that's all fed from main house.
Okay.
So you'll have, there's a lot more risers over there than there is on this side of the building.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
But it's still gonna be the same setup over there.
All right.
Domestic and fire. Okay.
One bed and close bed for you. They're both right, this one's a little bit away from the door, the other one's just about right beside the door. Whatever cleaning you might have to do up here, clothes, whatever it may be. As far as domestic over here, that's as far as it goes. Over there is where everything comes up.
Okay.
Over there, and now I can walk you over there. That's where your PRV is. Both your PRV stations, your
On this side of it?
yes, sir.
Watch that. Shouldn't be a walking mat across these. Usually they have a walking mat across these roofs,
I'm not sure why this one doesn't.
and needs it. Hey, Robert, should we have a walking mat?
Over the other one, it's just all in the same spot.
Oh yeah.
We
Okay.
got cold water PRVs with full size bypass, hot water PRV, full size bypass, shut off valves everywhere. Same situation with the car.
Okay.
You got your bleeder on it. You got your heater, maintain the loop. It's for the most part gonna dry just like all the others.
All right. Cool.
This one just happens to be all contained right here.
And what is that thing that the driver wanted removed downstairs? Just
This?
Yeah. What is that?
We'll have to get that one removed as well.
Okay.
'Cause
What is it
before-
for though?
If they just had little Insta-Hots on the wall,
Uh-huh.
and they were thinking that they would maintain, but the
Ah,
Insta-Hots
okay.
modulated,
Right.
so once you started getting closer to temperature, it wasn't putting the proper amount of BTUs in the
Okay.
water.
Okay.
That's why we had to switch over to these in the design.
All right. That's good. Cool. So you remove that with the hot water heater here.
Just little 115 pumps, 2
Okay.
light water heaters.
All right.
It's the same setup in all of
That's the
them.
hots. What we got up here? What we got in there? What's that box for?